My family ignored me for years until Grandma died and left me everything. Now they all want my attention. For 23 years, I was a ghost at every family gathering. My cousins got standing ovations for average report cards. I graduated valedictorian, and my mother asked if I could help carry the folding chairs out to the car. My crime? I chose nursing school over medical school. In my family's hierarchy, nurses were just assistants. Doctors were the real heroes. Sarah's still doing the bedpan thing, Aunt Linda would say at Thanksgiving, not even lowering her voice. Such a waste of potential. I was sitting 3 feet away, but she talked about me like I was furniture. At Christmas, I'd bring homemade gifts, knitted scarves, baked goods, photo albums of family memories I'd carefully assembled. My cousins gave gift cards bought at airport kiosks. Guess which presents got displayed on the mantle? The only person who saw me was Grandma Rose. Every Sunday for 11 years, I drove 40 minutes to her assisted living facility. I'd bring her favorite lemon cookies from the Italian bakery she'd taken me to as a child. We'd play Scrabble, and she'd tell me stories about building the family textile business from a single sewing machine in her kitchen. "You have my fire," she'd say, holding my hand with surprising strength. "Don't let them dim it." My family visited her twice a year, Christmas and her birthday. Both visits lasted under an hour. I know because I was usually there when they arrived and still there when they left. When Grandma Rose passed, I was the one holding her hand. My parents were at my cousin Derek's engagement party, the one I wasn't invited to. The will reading was standing room only. Aunt Linda had already contacted a realtor about Grandma's Victorian home. Uncle Robert was discussing investment strategies with his financial advisor over speakerphone in the parking lot. My mother had mentioned family vacation fund 3 times that morning. The lawyer cleared his throat. "To my children and grandchildren, I leave you exactly what you gave me in my final years. Your absence, your impatience, and your transparent interest in my estate rather than my existence. I leave you nothing." Aunt Linda's coffee cup shattered on the hardwood floor. "To my granddaughter Sarah, who never missed a Sunday, who remembered my favorite cookies, who listened to my stories when no one else would, I leave everything. The house, the investments, and the original shares in Patterson Textiles." No one had known about those shares. Grandma had quietly held onto her founding stake when she sold the company in 1987. 40 years of dividends, reinvested, and compounding. The estate was worth $8.7 million. The silence lasted approximately 4 seconds. Then my phone exploded. 17 missed calls before I reached my car. My mother, who hadn't called me in 3 months, left 6 voicemails in 40 minutes. Aunt Linda texted that she always knew I was special and wanted to reconnect over lunch. At the funeral, they surrounded me like I was a celebrity. Aunt Linda kept touching my arm. Uncle Robert offered investment advice. My mother introduced me to distant relatives as my daughter, the successful one. I let them talk. I let them perform their sudden affection. Then I stood up to give the eulogy. Grandma Rose kept a journal, I said, pulling out a worn leather notebook. She wrote in it every day. I'd like to share some entries. I read the dates aloud. Every Sunday visit I made, documented. Every holiday she spent alone because her children were too busy. Every birthday where I was the only one who called. The final entry, written 3 days before she died. "Sarah asked if I needed anything. No one else has asked me that question in 4 years." I closed the notebook. She saw exactly who showed up and who didn't. I donated the house to a nonprofit that provides housing for elderly people abandoned by their families. Named it the Rose Patterson Center. I kept the shares. Grandma was right. I do have her fire. Last month, Aunt Linda called again. She's having financial difficulties and wondered if family could help family. I let it go to voicemail, just like they let me.